guys, welcome back to BriMyselfAndEye. So today I am a cracked porcelain doll. I got this idea because I was tagged a billion times by friends and family members in this Facebook picture with a model and makeup artist, Kayla Hagey, I'm not sure how to say it. I'll link her below. Anyway, I had a lot of people I know tell me, is this you, blah blah blah, like do you know her? So anyway, I like comment section trolling, I found her Instagram, and yeah, it's a little creepy how much we look alike, but I don't think we're like identical at all, but it's just kind of weird, the similarities and things like that. And turns out she's another beauty guru on YouTube, so go check her out. I'll link her channel below. So basically I used her tutorial to do this look to, I guess, be my doppelganger for Halloween this year. It was really fun to create. I'm not a special effects artist at all. This is one of my first ever like ventures into that world, and it was a lot of fun to recreate. So this is what I did with the face, and this side is like full glam. Almost, I kind of wanted to keep it doll-like with the pink, and the pink just kind of cutesy, innocent, like ooh, but then kind of a bold eye. I did my hair all like naturally crazy. It's doing its own little crazy thing. It's what it does naturally. I really enjoyed recreating this. I'm glad that Kayla also got a kick out of it on Instagram. She was like, I'm tripping out. And I was like, yeah, I know. That's how I feel every Halloween for the last couple of years, because someone always is like, Brianna, blah, 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 like in the comments. So it was neat to get that, you know, connection. And then there's actually a third person who replied to the comment. Her name is April, but she also favors both of us, so I guess there's three of us out there. But let me know what you think, or if you have a doppelganger, and also let me know what you're going to be for Halloween this year. I love Halloween, and this is one of the last looks I'm going to be doing. There's a potential one more. If not, this might be the last one. But yeah, I hope you've enjoyed these couple of tutorials I've done on different looks you can recreate for Halloween. So let me know if you recreate this look. Like if you like it, subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in my next video.
Hey guys, so we're going to start out priming our face with the Maybelline Master Prime in color correcting, and just set that all over the face. Now taking the NYX Jumbo Eye Pencil in Milk, I'm going to outline very loosely kind of the cracked portion of our face that we're actually going to reveal, and the rest will be porcelain white. And if you mess up or decide to get more creative, that's fine. You can just wipe it off and keep drawing. And again, just keep it messy and kind of jagged, so it looks like actual porcelain. Then, since I didn't trust the white Halloween face paint, I decided to take the NYX all the way around my eye, since it was safe for the eyes anyway, and then blend that in with my finger. Gotta make a ton of creepy faces, obviously, of course. Otherwise it wouldn't work. Now taking Maybelline Fit Me foundation when 115 and just some Halloween white face makeup, and a Real Techniques tapered foundation brush and a Makeup Geek foundation brush. Put that all on like a piece of foil, or I have a little artist tray, and mix that together. I found that putting the foundation in with a little bit of the white, actually a little bit of foundation in with more of the white, I should say, helped with the consistency. I had a really hard time with just the white cream face paint and getting the blending and all that, so I recommend going and spending more coin if you want a little higher quality white makeup. Otherwise you can just blend in a little bit of your foundation, and it's not perfectly white, but you just want to coat your whole face. And then take the bigger buffing brush by Makeup Geek and buff that all the way down the neckline and onto your shoulders. But it's going to look kind of textured and weathered almost. I wanted her to look kind of vintage and dusty and like she hadn't been played with in a long time. But that's up to you. If you want more precise, perfect glass, then I would go with much different strokes. Now taking Coty Airspun translucent setting powder and the L'Oreal Lumi highlighting powder in Ice, and then the Morphe B1 large powder brush and the Real Techniques buffing foundation brush together. I'm going to put the powder in the lid And then I'm just gonna like put my face all in that dust to help set everything that we just put on our face. So you want to set the neckline, the shoulders, and the face with a white or translucent powder so that it doesn't move around. Now taking the Rimmel Exaggerate eyeliner in black, going to roughly outline where we already outlined with the NYX pencil. We marked it off so that we wouldn't paint over it. So now we're going to outline the cracked portion. And you want to make sure your pencil is sharp for this, otherwise it doesn't give quite the same effect. Now taking the e.l.f. liquid eyeliner, you want to kind of just make some cracks and like whatever kind of distressed look you want to make. And if you mess up a little bit here and there, I had to go over with the white and just touch up as I went, and then I just distressed it as I went along, and it worked out fine. But imperfection is the point, so just be creative. Now taking the Sonia Kashuk Tapered pencil brush, and then Mocha and Latte together, I'm going to actually outline, again, right inside that black closer to the skin line. So see how I kind of have some of that NYX and the black eyeliner? That doesn't really matter because with the shading technique it makes it look like a shadow almost, so it looks like the porcelain is actually over the face and it gives it some dimension, and it also helps clean up any messy areas. If you're like me and you're not a special effects expert, this is a good little way to cheat and clean up your mess and give it a little bit more of a creepy effect. Now taking just any kind of brush or blending brush with nothing on it, you want to blend that out so that you don't have any weird lines. But we're about to go in with concealer and foundation, so we won't focus too much on that. Now taking the IT Cosmetics Bye Bye Under Eye, I'm going to cover up my panda eyes and buff that in with my ring finger. Then I'm going to go in with the Naked Skin Concealer in light medium? No, light neutral. And I didn't do a foundation for this because there was such a small area and I didn't really want to go in with a lot of cream. So I used this concealer as a foundation and put it everywhere, and it worked out perfectly. But this helped me control right where I wanted to put it. Now taking a Real Techniques contour brush, and I buffed that out. If you get a little bit onto that shading, that's fine. That's kind of what it's there for, is to be a gradient to the cracks. Now taking the Jordana 12-hour eyeshadow in Continuous Almond, I'm going to use this as an eye primer. Put that all over the lid of the eye. Blend that in with my finger. Then I'm going to take that Airspun and that big powder brush and just kind of set all that cream foundation or concealer with the translucent powder. Now taking Milani Baked Bronzer in 04 Glow and a Sonia Kashuk buffing or powder brush. You want to put a little bit of a bronzing is what I call it. It's like a contour with bronzer, so you're kind of glowy. But this gives more dimension because we look extremely flat on the other side, so this side looks really alive, which is kind of what makes this look a little eerie, in my opinion. It's just the high contrast. Now taking Milani Baked Blush in Bella Rose and a fan brush, you just want to hit the tops of your cheeks, and I kept this really pink, and we'll do pink lips just because I wanted to go with the whole like pretty little doll theme. Now taking a Sigma E40 and Peaches and Cream and Peach Smoothie, I do that every time, and put that all over the lid and windshield wiper motions. Now taking Crème Brulee on the same brush and keeping that to the crease and the outer V. You don't want to go too high or too low, and then I want to bring that down underneath the lash line. Now with the Makeup Geek Frappe and Mocha and a Sigma E25, those are a little bit darker, so again, the darker we go, the more to the outer V and the crease we want to keep it. And then I'm going to sweep this underneath my lower lash line to give a more rounded, dull-eyed look. Then taking a Morphe pencil brush and Mocha and Corrupt by Makeup Geek, I'm going to do even more definition in the corner and a little bit of a cut crease, and then bring that down to the lower lash line. So I wanted to do a dull but also kind of full glam. Then taking the Makeup Geek eyeshadow in Shimma on my ring finger, just put that on the brow bone and the inner corner of my eye to open up the eyes. And then with nothing else on it, just taking the E40 Sigma brush and blending all that out. Now we're going to do the brows with the NYX micro pencil in taupe. And I'm going to take the spoolie and just kind of brush all that out. Now taking any kind of liquid liner you have, I'm going to do a wing. And then the Maybelline Lash Sensational in black. And I want to put a little bit on the lower lash line since we have some shadow underneath there. Now taking the L'Oreal La Matte pink lipstick and outlining just the half of the face that we want to look alive. Which is really hard to do actually. And then putting a little bit of a clear gloss on top. Now taking the Morphe M501 and that Shimma Makeup Geek eyeshadow again. I'm going to use that as my highlighter on the tops of my cheekbones. And sweeping that onto the blush. Now setting everything with the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Setting Spray. We'll set that and fan that out.
I feel like a girl that's been like let out of a vintage insane asylum. But